This is the War Brief Daily for May 22nd, day 84 of the Iran War, covering the Iran and wider Middle East theater. Tonight we are tracking 4 confirmed developments. The Trump diplomatic clock is now a hard countdown, with the U.S. military buildup still fully loaded. Iran has formalized a de facto permission regime over the Strait of Hormuz. The Lebanon front saw its heaviest kinetic exchanges in days, including a confirmed Hezbollah ground repulse. And the UAE has formally named Iran-aligned Iraqi militias as responsible for the Barakah nuclear plant drone strike. First, the diplomatic countdown. President Trump stated the U.S. and Iran are, in his words, right on the borderline between a deal and resumed war. He is giving diplomacy a few days. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller sharpened that framing publicly, warning Iran of military consequences, and I quote, "the likes of which has not been seen in modern history." This is not rhetoric for effect. The full U.S. military buildup in the region remains in place. No forces have stood down since Trump paused the planned strike on May 19th. Pakistan is the active diplomatic channel. Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi arrived in Tehran for his second visit this week. Pakistan's Army Chief General Asim Munir is also in Tehran, simultaneously. That is an extraordinary level of shuttle diplomacy. And here is the defining contradiction of this brief. While Pakistan's most senior diplomat and top military officer are physically in Tehran working toward a deal, the IRGC is publicly threatening to expand the conflict far beyond the region if U.S.-Israeli strikes resume. Iran's President Pezeshkian said all paths remain open, but warned that surrender under pressure is nothing but an illusion. IDF Army Chief General Eyal Zamir confirmed Israeli forces are at their highest level of alert and prepared for any development. Every diplomatic hour right now is also a military clock. Second, Iran formalizes Hormuz control. On May 21st, Iran's newly established Persian Gulf Strait Authority announced a supervised transit zone in the Strait of Hormuz. Vessels now require explicit permission from Iranian authorities to transit. The IRGC Navy confirmed 26 vessels, oil tankers, and container ships transited in the last 24 hours, only after, in their words, coordination and security provided by the IRGC Navy. This is a de facto permission regime over a choke point that carries roughly 20% of global daily oil flow. Understand what this is. Iran did not fire a missile or sink a ship. It issued a press release and claimed sovereign authority over one of the world's most critical maritime corridors. That is a structural shift in global energy security, not a bureaucratic announcement. Any resumption of U.S.-Israel strikes now carries the immediate risk of a full Hormuz closure. That scenario hits oil markets within hours. Third, the Lebanon front and the Jordan intercept. The Lebanese Health Ministry confirmed more than 20 people killed in Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon. Hezbollah logged 24 separate attacks against Israeli forces: rockets, artillery, drones, and direct fire. In a significant ground development, Hezbollah fighters repelled an advancing Israeli infantry unit supported by Merkava tanks near Hadatha in southern Lebanon. This is confirmed. It means Hezbollah retains coherent ground combat capability despite sustained Israeli air pressure, an important signal at a moment of active diplomacy. Separately, Jordan's military shot down a drone of unknown origin over the Jerash Governorate, approximately 30 kilometers north of Amman. No casualties. Attribution is unknown. This is the second drone of unidentified origin operating in Jordanian airspace this week. A drone operating 30 kilometers from the Jordanian capital with no confirmed source is geographically significant. Confirmed intercept. Attribution still emerging. Fourth, Barakah attribution. The UAE has formally accused Iraq-based Iran-aligned militias of carrying out the drone strike against the Barakah nuclear power plant on May 20th. The UAE is calling on Iraq to immediately halt attacks launched from its territory. This is the first formal government attribution since the incident. Recall, 3 drones entered UAE airspace from the western border. 2 were intercepted. 1 struck an electrical generator outside the Barakah perimeter. The IAEA confirmed no radiation release. The formal accusation now shifts this from an isolated incident to an identified pattern with an accountable actor. If Iraq does not act, Gulf confidence in the ceasefire diplomatic framework erodes, and Gulf Arab intervention has been one of the key brakes on resumed U.S. strikes. On the Red Sea, no confirmed Houthi strike or commercial shipping attack has been reported in this 24-hour window. Houthi restraint, if it holds, likely reflects coordinated signaling from Tehran during the active diplomatic track. Do not treat this silence as resolution. It is tactical. Watch next whether Trump's few days diplomatic window collapses or produces a framework. Any IRGC escalation following the Hormuz formalization. IDF response tempo in Lebanon after the Hadatha ground contact. The Iraqi government's response to the UAE's formal accusation. And any satellite-confirmed shift in U.S. force posture in the region. That is your War Brief Daily for May 22nd.